trading desks are changing within agencies. I think what we're seeing is it's definitely become more integrated in what we do. It started off as kind of a specialist unit, and I think the background of Programmatic, just because of where the inventory was in that RTB, kind of remnant inventory space. But what we're seeing now is as more premium inventory becomes available, as we get more access to the data that comes off the back of those buys, that stuff is useful to planners and that's useful to the wider team. So we at SMG are moving some of our AUD staff into our teams so they can have access to that data, have access to the learnings that can then fuel that planning and take it out from like a niche vertical into, I guess, how the agency works as a whole. So, I mean, the Programmatic is changing the relationship we have with media owners. I think they are still there. There is that common belief that the middleman is gone, therefore we only have to deal with a kind of eBay-like auction system, but actually they're still present. I think what we're looking for from salespeople has changed. So gone are the days of when it was all about how nice the lunch was that you got taken to, but actually what we're looking for from some of the media owners is a technical understanding of what they have, what we can use their various systems for, or their websites, or indeed if we're trading with large amounts of money or partnering with media owners, how can we help them drive the tech because there's certain demands that we have. So they're still there, we still have relationships, that's always important, but those relationships are just slightly more nerdy, I think, than they were before. So in terms of client understanding of Programmatic, it is very hit and miss at the moment. I think some clients have gone completely headfirst into Programmatic and are really embracing it. And I think those clients that are embracing it have seen beyond the commodity trading angle of Programmatic, and they see it as a transparent approach to data. They see it as a way to serve personalized creative, right message, right place, right time to people. I think those that are still struggling with it are those that haven't had it explained very well, and I think we as an industry haven't done the best job explaining Programmatic. It has a lot of acronyms, it has a lot of technical terms, and that can scare a lot of people off. So, I mean, the question around Programmatic staffing is a really interesting one. I've had people come up to me before and say, you're going to be replaced with robots in the future and your jobs are all in jeopardy, so go learn a new skill set. But I think actually the opposite has happened. We haven't let anyone go. We've got the same amount of staff, and indeed we've actually had to hire more people, I think, to take advantage of the technology. What we've done is we've freed some of those staff day-to-day activities from the Excel reporting, from the checking of IOs back and forth, to freeing their minds to look at the data and understand how all the activity is working, ways they can push forward, not waiting a week for the report to happen, doing it in the now in a dashboard. In terms of the makeup of the agency though, that's really changed a lot. So we are looking for more of the kind of left brain people to work with us. So data analysts, mathematicians, the more technical side, but they're not from a kind of marketing background. So they'll see the numbers and they can probably find what's interesting, but they can't turn that into human insights yet. So I guess we're pairing up the data people with the strategy people to have the left and right brain approach to advertising now. So, I mean, the talent challenge is a really big problem in the industry right now. There's been a few sessions I've been to this week at Adweek talking about how we need to diversify our staff and find more of those maths and science brains. But I'm not sure whether the maths and science brains are actually really considering advertising as a career path. They're still stuck in what they've learned at university. So not only do we have to track them in, we also have to train them in the kind of wider comms planning approach to advertising and show how their skills can be applied day to day to turn that into banner ads or video ads or out-of-home ads. I guess what we're looking for is what we call T-shaped staff. So we need people that have a really nice horizontal view of all the different channels, understand digital, understand above-the-line advertising, understand search, understand data, but have a very deep understanding of one particular specialism. And so what we're trying to do at the moment is find those data-heavy people and try and teach them the horizontal. And then from there, hopefully, by working with the wider agency and the people there, they'll start to learn some of their skill sets and we'll develop together. I mean, creative agencies and Programmatic, it's not really a great relationship right now. I think it will be. Someone will crack it and they'll do a really great job. I think the problem with Programmatic when it comes to creative is that creative is often developed independent of the media idea, and so therefore it's often, I mean, not always, but sometimes the adaptation of something that's already been made into lots of different boxes. And one of the great strengths about Programmatic is that personalized aspect of being able to target people one-to-one. And so when you've only got 3 different banners, that's a problem. A lot of the media agencies have some sort of dynamic ad product. We have one called Dot that works with a template, and then depending on where they've been in the user journey, they'll get served a different text within that or a different image. That sort of technology doesn't exist yet for some of the richer experiences like video. So when you're doing programmatic video, for example, often you've only got 1 or 2 bits of copy, and it costs a lot of money to make a video. So there are still challenges around getting the right creative for the right space, but I think we need to work more collaboratively with creative agencies now. I mean, we've always said that for a long time, but really now it's more important than it ever has been.